Now, going over to the Culture Pride podcast, you have Minnesota's new flag, very similar to the Somalian flag, which makes sense when you look at the people who are going to that state. Now, this comes to us thanks to End Wokeness. And he says, quote, Minnesota officially got rid of their old flag and unveiled their new and inclusive flag. It looks awfully similar to that of the Somalian state flag, which is pretty disgusting for them to get rid of that beautiful piece of history when you look at the old flag. I'm not sure who this, perhaps this gentleman is a politician. I mean, he certainly has the office for one. He has two big flags behind him and he replaces one. The only good thing you could say about him is that he did suit up, as all gentlemen should, so he's got a modicum of intelligence. Not much, but just a modicum. So go ahead and hear what this gentleman has to say.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
He's so awkward, I don't know if this is a parody or not. He's going back behind his desk and replacing the old Minnesota flag, which looked beautiful, with a new disgusting one that looks like something a child could design in 3rd grade. Well, no, actually kindergarten.
There, that's better.
I don't know, he kind of looks like a smile only a mother could love. Equally as awkward as DeSantis or Dylan Mulvaney. Or mine. It'd be a funny contest. Yeah, it's not great, I know. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, look at where it starts at. You have that beautiful original Minnesota flag's been around for what, over 100 years? And then he goes, oh yeah, we need to get rid of that for this, something a kid would design. If you could increase the size of the flag. So yeah, you see this Minnesota, or the, Somalian, not Minnesota flags. Yeah, their flags look like something you can design in Microsoft Paint, which I guess I shouldn't talk too much smack in terms of I use that to make the thumbnails for this. Leave a comment. Do you have a suggestion for like some type of AI tool I could easily make thumbnails for the highlights that I do for the show? But nevertheless, actually no, this Microsoft Paint is more advanced than the flags that Somalia comes up with. It's almost as if someone at South Park said, we're gonna make a flag from a made-up country. Like we're talking early South Park where they just use physical cardboard, or sorry, construction paper and just cut it out. That's a rudimentary and lame the flag of Somalia has been. Now, again, a lot of people are going to be saying, well, this is a good sign that this state has been conquered, which, yeah, there's a lot of people imported into that area that do not have American values, where, I mean, there's a lot of them who are cheering and praising, death to Americans. They're praising, it's fascinating to see, what is her name? Oh, I forget. What is that radical called? There she is. Oh, yeah, Ilhan Omar. There's a picture of her. But yeah, she actually had a rally where she said her loyalty is to Somalia and is going to force Biden or force the president to support that other country. Kind of shows the allegiance of Minnesota at the moment. Went pretty viral, got about 453,000 views, 5.4 thousand likes. One of the first comments comes from Paul Zupa saying, quote, Minnesota needs to lose all federal funding. They're clearly not putting American interests first. If they want to be part of the Somalia, they don't deserve a penny of our tax dollars. Getting 608 likes, which perhaps that's how we fix the national debt of $34 trillion thanks to Republicans and Democrats. We'll just sell off Minnesota. I don't know who would miss them. I mean, what do they have in Minnesota, really? Could we sell that for $34 trillion to China? And we'll make Puerto Rico a state? Or Cuba a state? Kind of upgrade that country for communism? Go in there and fix that? That'd be nice. I mean, when I think of Minnesota, I know they have 3M. They're headquartered there. They're probably the largest engineering firm on the planet when it comes to physical materials. What else is Minnesota known for? Frigid cold tundra, gopher as a college mascot, and Marxism? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. When you first hear Minnesota, what do you think? Now, some of the other top comments comes from Libercat Media TM saying, quote, looms like Ilhan Omar is the homeland's flag. It says, you knew I was a snake when you let me in. And it's picture of Ilhan Omar getting 385 likes. She's in camo. She has snake skin, I guess. General TM says Minnesota's closer and closer to becoming a Marxist state. Sad, getting 180 likes. Dr. Steve Turnley says, weird that the state with the large Somalian population and the most outspoken representative of Somali descent, Omar, adopted a new flag with a striking similarity to the Somalian flag, but everyone denies any influence, getting 270 likes. But like many things in culture and politics, first, as always, they'll tell us, 1, it's not happening. 2, it might be happening. There's no big deal. 3, it's happening. You have to accept it. 4, it's happening, and you have to celebrate it. We've seen this with a myriad of cultural issues throughout the years, and I don't doubt this will be a new trend, perhaps, where every state they change their state flag. Not out of the realm of possibility. We also have Ramen Tree saying Minnesota, you've been conquered, getting 432 likes, which, yeah. Red Press says the politicians in charge of Minnesota hate America and want to see our downfall. Follow Figure, getting 140 likes. Recall Katie Hobbs says, you're all going to find in Minnesota, they misspelled R. How do you misspell R? Nevertheless, yeah, they said it U-R. Either or not, some of these things aren't my speaking aptitudes. Some are, for sure. But some is me just trying to read these comments and trying to read them word for word. So I'll read it. It says, all you are going to find in Minnesota is hateful anti-Semitic rants, burning down black businesses for justice riots, and dumb TikTok videos bragging about how cool their Russian commie Yushaka is. Cloud emoji, earth emoji. As what is this girl bragging about? So this is from Top Uniparty, Recall Hobbs. What's this girl saying? I don't know what that is. Someone flipping off the camera and trying to look funny. And it's Illinois and that individual. The necklace that looks like it's made out of pool cues. Like maybe half-size pool cue or pool balls. Which F- for fashion. It looks I don't know who wears, unless you're a pool enthusiast, I don't know who would like that necklace. But that did get 131 likes. Let's see. Remen Tree says this is what happens when you let foreign agents into power. It says this picture and it says, I understand Ilhan Omar despises this picture and wants it taken down, no longer shared. Okay, Patriots, you know what you have to do. Is that Ilhan Omar? One of her arrest photos, perhaps? Got 21 likes. The Patriot appointment says tired of this liberal BS and says Freedom Eagle does not approve. Tired of this BS happening. Gained 73 likes, which is yet another reason to go out and vote. And hopefully vote for someone who just doesn't have a letter next to their name. Actually look at their policies, their ideals. Make sure they're truly a Democrat, Republican, whatever you're voting for. Make sure you know what you're getting. And unfortunately, if you're more Republican inclined, there's a lot more rhinos. Or actually, I don't even think of a single term pejoratively speaking of a Democrat who votes Republican. However, there are a lot of Republicans who end up voting Democrat on their policies once they're elected, which is why they're pejoratively known as rhinos or Republican in name only. Fascinating how it only seems to happen on one side of the political aisle. But I partially digress. Mamami77 says they'll do it in subtle ways. This is the Islamization process. They will gaslight you every step they take, getting 49 likes. Roberto Stupis says, I wonder why. And it says Minnesota is really starting to feel like home. It's got a picture of Ilhan Omar getting 29 likes. Let's see. Florida No 1 says, what does this flag change accomplish? Does it lower crime? Does it mean a balanced budget? Does it mean you imprison people who commit crimes? Does it mean higher math and reading scores? Does it lower state taxes? Just curious. Getting 102 likes, which, yes, yeah, it does nothing. None of those things except cause division. So Minnesota's been conquered. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. I appreciate a word pun, so I'll read this. Sarah Smith says, Libisota has been taken over by Somalians. Is the Somalian flag being raised? Actually, I don't even see. Oh, I guess this. Yeah. Or is that the new Minnesota flag? It's hard to tell. And there's no other flags. I got 48 likes. Star Spangle says 70% of Minnesota does not want this. Getting 15 likes. Rare Imagery says they turned Minnesota into a Islamic State, getting 61 likes. Let's see. Oh, this is funny. It's the Tom Hanks, what is it, the Cargo Ship movie where the guy famously says, look at me. And the guy who says, look at me is the new rudimentary Minnesota flag. Looks like Somalia. It looks like Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks has the original Minnesota flag, which is, a work of art and is actually beautifully drawn and, sketched throughout the years for his turn flag. It was, and then he says, and then they kind of butchered it, but he says, the guy who took over the ship says, I'm captain now. Which, I mean, instead he should have said, I am flag now, if they want to really lean into the pun. Kind of half-assed that, didn't they? But nevertheless, that did get 14 likes. It'll be interesting, I don't know. Oh, one more. All Hukum. Someone yelling, we want Sharia law. And it's a guy from Star Wars saying, well, go home. I'm kidding. I know it's Star Trek with gold Patrick Stewart over there. They'll go. Oh, I can't even do his voice. Or can I? No, I can't now. Another time, perhaps. Oh, here we go. Here's a good juxtaposition of the two flags. On the right, you got the beautiful Minnesota flag, or the original one. And it actually had, what is it? Our vision isn't as good as it used to be. The monitor's a little far away from me. I think it says it 1858. It has a couple of beautiful pictures and a little description. And then you have the new one, which is it's 3 colors and 3 shapes. Like, again, something anyone could have made out of cardboard. It's oddly reminiscent of modern art, which is mostly crap. Got 10 likes. Yeah. If you're from Minnesota, are you gonna vote differently? Do you think, again, Minnesota's been blue for many years, so the odds of them actually changing, I don't want to say are 0, but it's not great. And there are people who want the new flag. There are a lot of people immigrating to Minnesota who want to change the history and change the state to their own liking, which oddly reminiscent of a certain ideology wanting to destroy history. Those people are usually evilly mentally vacuous. But let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.